My You Can't Do That from Indianapolis Motor Speedway this past weekend is going to NBC for fucking... I get it. National news happened Sunday. Joe Biden drops out of the presidential race. Pre-race, all right, we cut for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It was longer than that, 15. I was like, man, they better cut to the race before the start of the race, or I'm going to be very upset. They do. So I get it. Breaking news, Joe Biden drops out of the presidential race. They got a lot of coverage, blah, blah, blah. Every fucking news station's covering it, guaranteed. It was more covered than the damn Donald Trump shooting, which should tell you something. But anyway, I'm not getting into that. I get that one a little bit more. Still not a huge fan of it. But then, had that wreck in the first overtime. Red flag the race. All right, we're going to USA to finish this race. NBC, we're going to fucking local news or fucking whatever. Are you fucking kidding me? Tell me you don't care about NASCAR without telling me you don't like NASCAR. And I've gotten on to Fox a lot for their coverage and the way they handle certain situations, like the Coke 600. I've said that when they called the race. I said Fox said they're done with it. They're done. Hated it. For NBC to do that to a quote-unquote crown jewel race just because of an event that happened 4 hours ago that everybody in the country already knows about is unacceptable. I don't give a fuck about... I know what happened. I know about Joe Biden dropping out of the presidential election. I don't need to get cut into coverage about it. We already know what the fuck happened. Why do we got to cut to coverage? And I've heard most of the country didn't even get the fucking national broadcast of the fucking Joe Biden announcement. It was fucking paid programming, some other bullshit, a national, like an animal thing or something I heard. Like, are you fucking kidding me? If you think you say you care about NASCAR or NBC, but yet you continue to do these things, and I get it's an election year and every 4 years you have to sacrifice a little bit. Bullshit. This is what I hate. We are kind of living in the reverse order of how things should be. 2024, we get all of our news on our phones, all that shit most of the time. We don't need television breaking news to us because we already know about it. We're still living in the past like we don't all have cell phones. We can't get information in a millisecond. We got to stop doing this. NASCAR always gets bitten by it. They've always gotten bit by it. I hope the new TV contract comes out to where this type of shit won't fucking happen. And again, goes back to streaming. Streaming next year, we won't have a problem with this. Amazon Prime, fucking Coke 600, it could last till fucking 4 a.m. Guess what? There ain't nothing coming on. There ain't no local news to go to. Fuck, I'm so happy about that. But the fact that NBC did that to a quote-unquote big race for NASCAR for people that, who knows, maybe people don't have, I know most people have USA Network, but maybe some people don't. Like, that's bullshit. That's absolutely bullshit why NBC would cut from the race, the end of a race, to go to that, once most of the country didn't even fucking get to the national news that happened. Unacceptable. I get I understand the first part when it first happened. We'll cut and talk about it for 10, 15 minutes. All right, now we'll go back to the race. Why do you have to go back to it 4 hours later? Why? Because you're fucking, that was the window. Now we got to go to this. You extend other shit. Football games, basketball games, you extend all this other shit. Why is NASCAR any different? I don't get it. NBC, you can't do that. And I've liked you for most of the year, for this most stint, but that was fucking bullshit on Sunday.
Yeah. I don't feel as strongly about that as you do, but understood. I'm going to give mine to Matt McCall. Hadn't given it to him in a while.
What did he do wrong?
Well, he said on the interview, we're not going to make it. We are not going to make it. We're just going to leave him out there and see what happens. Which is why he ran out of gas coming to the green. And why there's controversy about whether or not that restart was legitimate and all that stuff. So I would say that's a bad decision. It sucks that you got screwed by the 8 car wrecking underneath the 11, and
That's what I thought you were gonna give it to.
he was at least he's going for a move.
Yeah, move for 5th place.
Sure, but at least he was.
You got to win.
Yeah.
What the fuck is the difference between 5th and
understand,
6th?
I understand.
Other than your stats.
But I don't understand staying out with no fuel in the tank. You're lucky to have ran as long as you did. If you run out literally anywhere else on the track, you're fucked. You got super lucky that Brad knew that it was out of gas right when he did, and that he could pit, and then got lucky again that the caution comes out so he doesn't get lapped or whatever, or just finish at the tail end of the lead lap after you put some fuel in it. So you end up finishing 21st, 20th, whatever it was. So lucky on that part, but it doesn't make any sense, because if you pit before that caution, you have the opportunity to make up spots earlier, and who's to say you don't get into the wreck? But with that being said, it doesn't make any. If you already know you're going to run out of gas, you have zero chance of making it. Why the fuck are you going to leave him out there to run out? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Because I'm sure Matt was expecting the 6 to run out before that point. He's like, well, fuck, man, we're still going, baby.
Sure, but
And he hadn't run out during the whole caution period.
you got to pit. You got to pit.
I don't blame him for going
No,
for it.
I think you got to pit. You got zero chance of winning that race. You got to pit. You got to pit.
I think that's one of the more rare times that you can't do that. I disagree with.
I think you can't do that.
I think Brad was on board. He's like, if we run out, we run out. I'm going for the Brickyard 400 win.
It does not make any sense, because you've got no chance. You're not gonna make it. He said in the interview, they interview him, hey, did you think you were gonna make it this long? No. Well, are you gonna make it? No.
Probably not. He said probably not.
No,
but we're
we're
still
not.
going. I think he said we're still running, so we'll go till we runs out.
I
And he's not competing for a regular season championship. He's just going for another
and
win.
that's fair, but Denny isn't competing. He pitted at Nashville.
Why are you not mad about Matt McCall not bringing him down pit road earlier? Like when Daniel Hemrick pitted.
Because I think he wins the race if it goes green. I think he had enough.
Because he stretched the fuel longer than Matt thought. Same thing.
There's a difference between going for the win when you have an opportunity to stretch it under green.
But at that point, everybody, even he was like, I can't believe we made it this long.
Yes, but you have enough fuel in the tank for 160 laps. You're stretching it a little bit. But once it goes past that, and you already thought you were going to run out before, you've got no shot. There's no reason to stay out there. Like you said, you're not points racing.
All you got to do is make a lap, and the caution comes out, and you win the race.
And that's fair, but obviously that wasn't going to happen.
Hindsight being 2020.
I understand him staying out under green. If you run it out under green, you had a chance to win. It is what it is. But once that caution comes out, you have to pit.
I think Matt was thinking, hey, if it stumbles during the caution, bring it down. But if not, we're going to just hope for the best.
I think you have to pit.
The fact that it never ran out under caution is why they're just like, fuck it, let's just stay out.
Well, I think Jeff Burton was one that said it, like, it'll run. Fuel-injected motors will run with very low fuel pressure. They'll run. But as soon as you try to go grab the throttle, there ain't no fuel.
But I said that too. I said it's probably going to run out at the start, taking the green.
I knew as soon as the caution came out that he was going to finish in the 20s. As soon as Brad Keselowski, or as soon as the 8-car wrecked, I knew Brad's day was over. So
Yeah, probably.
you might as well take your medicine and try to salvage a decent finish out of it instead of just running out and finishing 35th. Now, he got lucky. He got lucky that he ran out when he did and could bring it down pit road and that there was a caution immediately. But, it's still a bad move, regardless of if it didn't hurt him that bad or not. It's still a dumb decision.
Real quick, why
work.
do you not? You say I'm not. You're not as passionate about my. You can't do that. Why is that?
Because I understand that sports are not the priority in that situation, and I don't necessarily think they should be. I get that NBC, they feel like they have a job to do, and their job is to report the news. So they're going to, they feel like, A, it is more important that they broadcast the news, and that it will be viewed by more people, which will make them more money. So they're going to do what they feel like is going to make them more money. And, you know, I wish they wouldn't have. I wish that they would have showed the race on NBC, but I understand why they do what they do.